Hello everyone, this is Jasmina, and in this video I'm going to talk about the Duke Virtue combo days and the instructions to find them and how to use them. So the Duke Virtue combo is the yin version of the Duke Virtue, and I've just fairly recently talked about the Duke Virtue. Now this last character here is the one associated with the word combo. I believe it is the same character that is in the harmony sector in the Qi chart. I could be wrong because I'm not super fluent in Chinese, but I'm pretty sure it's the same character. Now, what the Duke Virtue Combo Day does, can help you with your communications and your relationships. That's its primary thing. It can also be good to start something that's yin, which could have to do with your health also. And so it can help your health, but it's really focused on communication and relationship more than health. And one important activity, and it's considered a yin activity, is moving into a house, even though, of course, the actual move-in is usually pretty yang. But if you think about what is a yin and yang activity, if you work outside the home, you leave the house to work. That is a yang activity because you're going to go do something yang. When you come back home, you're there to rest, also usually to eat, but you are winding down and you are going into a yin activity. And that's why something coming from outside going in, which is moving in, is a yin activity. The only exception to using a Duke Virtue Combo Day to move in is if your house is sitting or facing an annual affliction. If that is true, you really should be moving in during the sun and moon arrival period for your particular house that you're moving into. We don't care about the one you're moving out, it's the one you're moving into. That it takes precedence over the Duke Virtue Combo days. You might get lucky and have this sun and moon arrival period have a Duke Virtue Combo day. There should be one, but it could be a clash day for you. So hopefully you will have a good day in that period. Again, you have to be cognizant of a clash day, whether or not it's a Duke Virtue Combo day or if it's going to be in the sun and moon arrival dates. You don't want to move in on a clash day. And it's everybody's year animal sign is important, and the working adult's month animal sign is an additional thing to be worried about. But if you're talking about moving into the house, if you can avoid everybody's clash, that's even better. Or if you're moving, it's possible if you're moving into the house very late in the year, that is the Chinese solar year, so that's like December, maybe into January, preferably later part of January, then you don't have to worry about it too much because there's only a few days before the next Chinese solar year comes, and then everything from that year is gone. So that is, you kind of restart the clock and you'll be clear of the problems. But if you move in February or March, and later February that is, you could have a full year of bad luck if you don't do it right, if you use a clash day. Now, manifestation is always safe, and you can do it in a location with an annual affliction and even on a clash day. However, you do not want to activate. Activation on a clash day or in an annual affliction can be very negative. But manifestation is always safe. Now, these Duke Virtue Combo days that I'll be talking about and showing you where to find them, these days is about 10% of the calendar, and they're at least twice as powerful as the other 90%. So it's worth waiting if you can. So here is how you find what day the Duke Virtue Combo Day happens. And it's based on the year stem, that's the element of the year. And you will notice that the days, these are all yin elements. And the element, whether it's yang or yin, is determined by the day's animal. because there are yin animals and yang animals. So the yin animals are the ox, rabbit, snake, goat, rooster, and pig. So those are the days that will have one of these elements. In 2024, we are in a wood dragon year. Now, dragon is yang, so it's a yang wood dragon. And so we are looking for the yin earth day. In 2025, it will be a wood snake. Snake is yin, so it's a yin wood snake. And we're going to be looking for yin wood days. The Duke Virtue Combo days are always 10 days apart because we are talking about these 10 stems. So it has to be 10 days apart because these stems are just continuously goes around in the same order all the time. Now, if you are clashing with a given day, waiting to the next Duke Virtue Combo day will make your goal easier to obtain, but you can still obtain your goal if you're only talking about manifesting for it. You don't want to activate, but if you only manifest, you can still manifest on a clash day. So the Duke Virtue subsector, the Duke Virtue Combo subsector, it will be the subsector where the element of the day stem is in the 24 mountain ring. So we've just seen that chart on the last one, and this is true in all these years. I've got a 1-year subscription to a place that will tell me this, just so that I can be certain I know what I'm doing is correct. And but this year, remember, we need a yin earth day, but the 24 mountain ring doesn't have any earth subsectors. But there are 2 yin earth animals, and obviously that's where in 2024, where these locations should be. The software, the subscribed software, lists Southwest 1 as a subsector with the Duke Virtue Combo. For some reason, it's missing Northeast 1, but I'm sure this is human error because when we're looking at the Duke Virtue on a year where it is a Yang Earth day, it lists both Yang Earth animals. So I think they're just missing it. And I'm quite confident that Northeast 1 is a good subsector to use. And the goat and the ox are both Yin Earth animals. So I'm quite sure that this is correct. Now, to manifest on those dates, you can do that in either sector, that is Southwest 1 or Northeast 1. But if you want to activate anything, it should be in the Northeast 1 subsector because in 2024, this is free of all annual afflictions. Very good sector to use. And I would suggest you be in that sector in general. It's a pretty good sector. Now, activity that activates is always the best thing to do. Most people like to use elemental activation because it's easier. But if you do an activity that's related to what your goal is, it's actually much more powerful. Sometimes that can be done in the house, sometimes it can't, depending on the details. But the activity is, again, that furthers your goals, that is directly related to what you're trying to accomplish. That will work at least twice as well as, well, maybe not twice as well, at least 50% better than an elemental activation. You can activate with fire or water, and which one, and those are the only 2 elements you really use for activation. Which one would depend on the combination of the annual and the natal. The natal stars in your house are your house's flying star chart and the purple-white chart. Now, the purple-white chart does change every year, but the flying star chart does not, unless you do something to change the period of your house for the flying stars, or you change the location of your main door, which could change your purple-white chart. Now this year, the Southwest 1 has the annual Shah of the 3 killings, so that's an annual affliction. So you could manifest there. If this is a good sector for you to manifest, by all means, it's perfectly fine to do that there. But only the Northeast 1 subsector for this year for the Duke Virtue Combo is clear of afflictions. It has the star 6, so it is still best activated by activity because 6 is weakened by water, although it is an activating thing. But it is actually water weakens 6 because 6 is metal, metal produces water. Fire also weakens 6 because fire controls metal. So it's best to activate with relevant activity. And if for whatever reason you cannot because of the situation, you can rearrange the furniture, do a thorough cleaning, exercise here. That is also an activating thing. It's not as good as activity towards your particular goals, but it's better than nothing, since it's really not a very good idea to put either kind of element here. Now, working quietly can be a form of activation that is safe, and that is true if you have negative stars in that subsector in your flying star chart or your purple-white chart. Manifestation is safer and it's always safe, so you could use it. If your house has an activated special formation in the flying star chart and a special formation in the purple-white chart, then you're only looking at the annual star when you're worried about timeliness. And star 6 is timely in period 9, according to most practitioners. And I am one who also believes that it is a positive star. Now, date selection, this is a date selection type of manifestation. So you can sit facing any direction, but location is important. And if you are missing both the Southwest 1 and the Northeast 1 subsectors of your house, this year you can't use the Duke Virtue Combo because you don't have that in your house. This is one you need to be inside the house. You could try it outside, but that reportedly does not function the same way. Now, manifesting on a clash day won't be terribly productive, but again, it will not harm you. Placing a activation on a clash day, however, is harmful. Remember, the next Duke Virtue Combo Day is only 10 days away, so it's okay if you can't use one particular day for activation. Again, placing an activation in the Duke Virtue Combo subsector on a clash day is harmful, even though that does not have an annual affliction in the Northeast 1. It is still harmful if it's a clash day for you. So again, no activation on a clash day for you or really any of the members of your family. That's the best. But you can always manifest. Now, each Chinese solar month has at least 3 Duke Virtue Combo days, and there is occasionally one month that might have 4, but 3 is the most common number. So when we're talking about clash animals, you can clash with the year, you can clash with the month, you can clash with the day. And that is the day we are living in, and the year and the month we are living in. But the clashes with the day animal are the most important ones because the day, you're getting the full measure of the day, where if you clash with the month, you're getting 1/30th of that energy because that's spread through the whole month. So if you have a month clash, it can reduce the effectiveness of the day, but you can still succeed if you work harder. So it shouldn't be a total, you shouldn't ignore that month even if you clash with it. If it's an extremely important goal but not urgent, waiting until the next non-clash month might make it easier, but it won't necessarily make it any better. That is, the results won't necessarily be any better if you wait to a non-clash month. But it could be easier to accomplish your goals. Now, most of the time, well, not most of the time, but one easy way to get into the state where you can manifest is do a 64-to-1 countdown. And then after you're done with that, you state your desire for the protection, which is, again, the Duke Virtue does protect you in yin activities. But if you mess up in that countdown, you have to restart at 64. So this is a way to calm your mind and get you into a sort of a Zen state. And that's what you need. If you can do this without counting 64 to 1, that's also okay. This is not an absolute necessity. This is just to help people learn when they get into that alpha state, that calm state of mind. Now, other years may have Duke Virtue combos with an annual affliction. This year we have one that does and one that doesn't, but most years there's only one subsector that's associated with the Duke Virtue combo day, and that can have an annual affliction. So for those years, you can only manifest in that subsector, and that's it. And you would do any activity in a better sector of your house. So that's it. I'd like to thank you for watching. Please feel free to leave a comment or email me here if you have any questions.